Hello guys and welcome to Lee from Grow Farm. I'm going to tell you a story today about an 18-year-old back in the day, back in 96. The weekend of Evander Holyfield against Mike Tyson first fight. Okay, so this 18-year-old is a butcher and slaughterman. So he gets up for work, okay, 1 week to his 18th birthday. He's 17 at the time, as we all know. 17, 18. Work out the maths. Okay, so wakes up to go to work. Gets up, gets his push bike, sets off to work. Goes on his usual route where he usually goes. As he's riding along, he's on the footpath. He's got no lights, helmet on his bike. Okay, so he's on the footpath. He sees these blues and twos in the background. Ring-ah, 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 ring-ah. Yeah? It's getting closer and closer. He's thinking, bit strange, bit early in the morning, yeah? So, it's getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, yeah? Winds the window down. You, over there, stand still. I'm thinking, oh, for crying out loud. Not me, this 18-year-old, yeah, thinking, oh yeah. This 17-year-old, nearly 18-year-old, I'm messing all this up. So he says, why you not got lights on your bike and all this? Yeah. Obviously, this 17-year-old, proud, I don't need no lights on my bike, don't need an helmet, look a bit of a dummy, I'm 17, you know what I mean? So they have a bit of a back and forwards, having a bit of backwards and forwards. Anyway, how it ends up is the copper gets him and rides all the way up to work on the road with this 17-year-old slash nearly 18-year-old in front on the road all the way out to work. Says to him, see you on the road again, that no helmet, no lights, you're going to be in trouble. So obviously this 17-year-old's absolutely fuming. Absolutely crap day at work. Gets on his bike to go home, goes on the path all the way home. F the establishment, you know what I mean? Pops off at one of his mates' house, has a cup of tea, and then Gemma, and then goes home. His mum's made him his lunch, his dinner. Sits down with the family, explains to the family what's gone on during the day. You know, early on in the morning, the situation, what's gone on. They all have a chit chat and all that. He's had his dinner. Says, oh, I can't handle this. I got the boxing on the next day. I'm going to bed. I'm having a shower. I'm going to bed. So, he goes upstairs, has a shower, jumps into bed, puts a VHS video on, back in the day, and starts watching the video. He's dropping off. Knock on his bedroom door. In comes his mate. His closest mate, Evo. Fancy coming down the pub? Nah. I've had such a bad day, Evo. Nah. Come on. Nah. Come on. All right then. So, bit of Paco Rabanne, shirt, they head off down the pub. Meets up with the other mates, Chip, David and all that. All the mates sitting around the pool table. This 17-year-old gets absolutely smashed drunk. So, there was a party on that night down at the pub. The 17-year-old's absolutely steaming. So he has this idea that he's going to pull some woman off a chair as a laugh. So he's scanning around the room, thinking, what woman should I drag off the chair? Could have pulled any woman off the chair. Pulls this woman down, pulls her back up gently. She turns round. Boom. They fall in love. He meets his soulmate. Meets his soulmate. So, that's how he meets his soulmate. 30 years on. I'll get to that. So, he gets a number. Obviously, no mobile phones at that time. They were just coming out. The next day, absolutely wakes up, goes running downstairs, absolutely delighted. His brother has now got himself a new girlfriend. They've been together for a year at this time. A year prior. They've been together a year. They're now man and wife. Yeah? So, he's gone down, absolutely chuffed as bits, finds out that his brother's girlfriend actually knows the girl. Which I'll come to. So, he gets his brother's girlfriend to ring her. They arrange to meet up on his 18th birthday the week after. Date signed, sealed and delivered. During that day, his brother asked him what he wanted for his birthday, for his 18th birthday. He says, you know, could you get me some lights? Didn't bother about an helmet. So his brother got him some lights for his bike, for his birthday, amongst some other stuff. Him and his partner, now wife, of many years. So he spoke to his future partner of 30 years. They've arranged a date. So Tyson and Holyfield, absolutely brilliant. Holyfield knocks out Tyson in the 11th. All his mates around again. Had a few beers. Watched the boxing. Great. Sunday, just a normal Sunday. Yeah, just a normal Sunday. Just Sunday dinner, whatever. I spoke to the 17-year-old, spoke to his partner again of 30 years, coming up this November. Yeah. And yeah, they were chatting on the phone, the 17-year-old. I bet you all guessed it's all me now, by the way. It is me. This story is about me. But there is a catch to it. So, anyway, Monday rolls around. I betted a colleague at work 10 quid that Holyfield would beat Tyson. Still ain't received the tenner. That was 30 years ago. So just like a normal Monday, really. Normal Monday. Woke up. Got showered. Put the lights on my bike. Obviously it was November. It was frosty. It was misty. Very, very misty. I can remember setting off from the house. I remember speaking to Richard the postman, who's no longer our postie. Yeah. We brought barbecue off him, actually, Richard. Yeah, we know. I remember speaking to Richard. I remember hitting Fortin's Way Hill. Because obviously I set off before all the kids started going to school and all that. Yeah. I remember it in Fortin's Way. And I remember going past Robinson's End School. And next thing I know, I'm hearing bleep, bleep, bleep. It was so unreal, guys. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, not on my worst enemy. You know, not on my worst enemy. I remember lying there, and I remember rolling over, and my Auntie Margaret being there. And I remember asking my Auntie Margaret for a Sun newspaper and an omelette. And then I sort of like blanked out again. It was like I was dreaming. And then I could hear like Lee. I'm thinking, and I'm like coming round, and I couldn't get up because I was sort of like being pushed back down gently. And I opened my eyes again, and my brother were there, and my mum, and my dad. And I remember my mum crying, and my brother crying. My dad had tears in his eyes. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? So it was just them three. And then my mum come over and gave me a kiss on my head. And then I sort of like went back to sleep again. And then like I come round again, so I'd like woke up 3 times during that day. The third time I'd come round properly, and that's when things had started clicking in. Then that's when I started getting my bearings, and I was thinking, you know, I'm in hospital here, but you know, what am I doing here, sort of thing, you know. And it'd be about a week after before I actually got told what had happened to me, you know. Yeah. So I woke up on my 18th birthday. So it was a week after. So I woke up on my 18th birthday from sedation. So I was asleep for a week because I had swelling in the brain. Yeah. So basically what happened to me was, as I was riding my bike on Anstey Road, an old man had a blackout and ran into the back of me. And obviously, it weren't my fault, obviously, it weren't my fault. He had a blackout and ran into the back of me, and he come round and went into the lay-by after he'd come round from his blackout. And yeah, and it all went from there, like. So I had like swelling in the brain, I had half my ear missing, I had, I've got a big scar on my leg, my testicles, swelling in my testicles, yeah, yeah, it was a pretty bad, and swelling in the brain, yeah. So it weren't my fault, like, you know. An old man had a blackout and hit the back of me, went into his car, yeah. So that same woman that hit me, that same woman obviously is the mother of my child, Kay, who I've been with for 30 years, more or less, you know, who I met down the Kings. Yeah, that's my partner, yeah, 30 years. So, yeah. Even though we did have a break, and I do have another child that I'm very, very proud of, you know, because I did, you know, we was young, and we split up. We was young and foolish, and you know, but I knew we'd always get back together. But I'm very proud of my son, very, very proud of him. But over the years, I'm now all for what that police officer said to me. I'm all for push bike safety. I do a lot of push bike safety, you know, so I try to spread the word the best I can about push bike safety, about, you know, wearing a luminous visor jackets, you know, wearing helmets, lights, you know. I'm very, 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 yeah, I'll push the message out the best I can on that. The police officer was right, even though I did have a go at him. Even though I'm not all for the police, I'm not, but he was right on that one. Very right on that one. Yeah. So, that's my little story. I still suffer from it to this day. Yeah, I still have very bad fits. They took me off my tablets last year and switched me onto new ones. Was it last year or was it early this year? I think it was last year. Or was it early this year? Can't remember. Yeah, they put me on new tablets now. Yeah, so very, very bad. Very, very bad accident. But, yeah. Yeah. I had a lot of anger for a lot of years. I think that's why me and Kay split up the first time. Because I just didn't deal with the anger. I didn't deal with the anger very well, you know. For a lot of years, I didn't deal with it very well. But yeah. Perfect now. Perfect now. Perfect. We've got everything we want now. Perfect. I'll only love one woman, and that's Mark Kay. But that's the story of my accident. But yes, I do push the message a lot. Push bike safety. Push bike safety. Always wear your helmets, your lights, and your reflective clothing. And especially with the youngsters as well. Don't matter. The youngsters should wear them as well. More so the youngsters. You know? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you all again soon. Stay lucky.